Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which I expect you are because this is just my second video, welcome. Make sure you subscribe so that we can learn, we can walk together in this journey. There's so much I have for you, as I told you, so please make sure you hit the subscribe button and let's do this. So, oh god, today I feel a little less anxious, but I'm still a bit shy. No, I'm learning these things, so yeah, we'll get there soon. Today, I want to talk about my first ANC clinic, my experience and my expectations and how it was. And the reason why I want to do this is because, okay, I think I was really dumb because I actually knew nothing. So I just want to highlight some of the things that you will expect or you will experience during your first visit. Thing before you even go to the ANC, you obviously have to decide which hospital you're going to be taking your clinics. And this is something I thought it was very simple, but to my surprise, it is such an uphill task. I mean, most of us think you just go online, probably to Facebook, those mommy groups, and check for reviews. It is not that simple because there are so many things that you have to consider. Now, for my case, first I have a budget, which obviously I want to stick to my budget. Before you attend your first ANC, you have to decide on which hospital. And this is something I thought it was so simple, like going to Facebook, the mommy groups, and you look for reviews and then you decide on which hospital. But that is not it. It's actually quite an uphill task. And I think the reason why it is so is because there are so many things that you have to consider. For instance, you have to consider the accessibility. And accessibility, I mean, first in terms of cost, and especially if you're working on a budget like I am. And just a tip, if you're working on a budget, make sure it includes the cost both for normal delivery and for C-section, because it's never given. You might plan for normal, then you end up in the CS. So you need to consider the budget for both. The other thing is accessibility in terms of distance, that is the nearness or the farness of the hospital from where you're currently residing. So that is also so important. The other thing is technical performance. And this, I think you can only get this once you once you go to a hospital, and probably depending on how they handle the questions you're asking, how comfortable do you feel? Do you think you can continue your ANC there or something? So technical performance is basically about that. The other thing is infrastructure, which is the state of the hospital. Is it satisfactory according to your requirements? So this factors made it a bit hectic for me to decide on what hospital, but eventually I did. And just an advice for those who are always so much into online groups and asking for reviews, you will always get some negative comments in any hospital. So the best thing, what I did actually, I looked for a hospital that had the least negative comments and was at least close to where I'm staying. And then I took myself visiting the hospital finally. Okay, I think I was so dumb, really dumb, because I never thought there were queues. I thought I'd just walk in and get served, but that was not it. So prepare yourself. If it's a clinic day, let it be a clinic day, and make sure you go early because there are queues. So I queued, not for very long, probably about an hour. Then they started to check my essential, that is the blood pressure, the weight. And they do so many tests in your first clinic. I never knew that. I thought you just go and hear your baby's heartbeat, because that was the only thing I was looking forward to. But there are so many tests and they're okay. Just be prepared for that. I expected, because I had heard that tetanus is really painful, so I was expecting so much pain. But guess what? It wasn't. Well, until the following day. Damn, I couldn't even lift my hand. So that day, it's not painful, but the following day, oh gosh, it's kind of painful. Be prepared for that too. And the other thing for me, what was my highlight was that point when the healthcare provider allowed me to hear my baby's heartbeat, and it was so emotional, because, well, I knew I was pregnant all along, but it had sort of not really clicked. And when I heard that heartbeat, I don't know, it was so overwhelming, and I was so happy, and it was so emotional. I cried so much, like for 5 minutes uncontrollably. And she was like, when you didn't want this baby? And I'm like, no, I really wanted a baby, but it had not hit me. I knew I was, but oh god, it was just so awesome. And I think for every woman out there, they'll tell you the same. The heartbeat is usually the highlight of the day. Also missed my scan because we were late. Yeah, so I was supposed to do it in the next visit, but I really wanted to do it. Yeah, in short, that was my experience, and it was just fantastic in my own words. Now, I hope you've learned something. See you in my next video, which will be very soon, and make sure you subscribe.